Iran's police chief has given protesters who took part in weeks of demonstrations in the country a 3-day window to turn themselves in. In comments made to State TV, Ahmadreza Radan said some young people were deceived into becoming unwittingly involved in the riots. He said they would be treated with leniency if they handed themselves in and would not be considered as what he called enemy soldiers. Iran says it has made thousands of arrests since the protests began last month. Thousands of people were killed in the weeks-long unrest. Speaking to political and business leaders in Tehran, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said that the country has to respond to the Iranian people.
It's my responsibility to be of service to people, whoever they are. It doesn't make a difference what they look like, how they dress, what they think, what language they speak. My responsibility is to respond to them. That's why we keep debating within the government and with the system that we need to resolve people's problems, whatever they are. And this is our priority.
Well, let's bring in Al Jazeera's Resul Serdar, who is live for us now in Tehran through a satellite link. Resul, thanks for joining us. Now, why should people really listen to the police chief there? And do they trust him? And are people handing themselves in, or turning themselves in, I should say?
Well, indeed, the gap between people and the state, people and the government is huge in this country, and that is one of the chronic problems. So here, most is not about trust, but now rather the police forces on daily basis continuing their crackdowns on protesters. Now, the country's police chief, Ahmadreza Radan, saying that those who have been deceived by social media or by other means to join the protests or to be a part of that international conspiracy or plot against Iran have 3 days to come and surrender to the police officers, institutions, or submitting themselves to the judicial institutions. And it says that if they do that, that is going to be regarded as a good manner, and then that could help them in their case throughout the judicial process. And it's not only a call on the protesters, but also we are seeing that the crackdowns on the cafes are also across the country continuing. The government, the officials here believe that these cafes have been facilitating the protests across the country. Just in capital Tehran, 60 cafes have already been closed, and now the judicial process is about to start. And the officials here are saying that if they're found guilty, they will be forced to compensate the physical harm that was caused by the protest here. And also 15 other files about the actors, the artists, sportsmen have been also submitted to the courts. Now you see that this is going to a different level. Those dignitaries who have sent the support message to the protesters are also being judged. So here there is a delicate balance now. You can see that the government is using more like a reconciliatory language, while the judicial officers and the security officers are quite harsh and promising a very swift and a harsh judicial process.
Resul, thank you very much. Resul Serdar there joining us from Tehran.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.